Welcome to Will's Rugby Round Up on both Facebook and Twitter. And my topic for this week is going to be the really unfortunate injury to England and Saracens number 8, Billy Vunipola. As anyone that was watching the Saracens versus Sal game at the weekend, obviously Billy suffered an injury to his right knee, a cartilage injury, which it looked pretty bad at the time and has since been confirmed that he's had surgery on it and he's going to be out for 4 months. There's a lot of things to talk about with this. Firstly, we want to well wishes to Billy. Hope he gets back soon, because we all know he's one of the best number 8s in the world. And he's key for both Saracens and England. He was one of the key members of the Grand Slam winning team, one of the key members of the England team winning in Australia, and obviously very key for Saracens as well in their European successes. So where do we start? I think the first thing to say is who comes in for England? Obviously Jack Clifford's been brought into the England training squad, but is he likely to start at number 8? I don't think so. So we've got a few candidates. Clifford himself, but I think the main man who most people would expect to replace Vunipola in the England fold is the man who replaced him in his injury beforehand, which is Nathan Hughes, the Wasps number 8. Hughes is a similar player to Vunipola. He's a very destructive runner. You know, he's good at making yards, good at breaking the gain line. So it's a good replacement for England, no doubt. He's a quality player that can go a long way to replacing Billy. Who else could you look at though? Well, the man who I said replaced him in the England training squad, Jack Clifford, a very good player for Quins, a good engine, got a good turn of pace for a forward, and a very good young player, but unlikely. He's probably not his best position, so it's unlikely to see him in there. My last person who I think could be a candidate to replace him would be the Northampton flanker / number 8, Tamana Harrison. Not in the squad at the moment, but has been in the squad previously. And I think in a couple of games this season against both Leicester and Bath, he's really shown how good a player he can be, how destructive. That is what the key you need for number 8, is to be destructive and a good ball carrier, which he is. So if he can carry on his form, hopefully for him anyway, for the November internationals, he could be the man. But at the moment, you'd have to say the man leading the charge for that is Nathan Hughes. But moving back on to Billy, we know he's only just come back from an injury, missed the Lions tour thanks to that injury. And I think that he has actually said since this injury, since he's had surgery, that he would be willing to take a pay cut in order to play less rugby to avoid burnout, which is very relevant considering there's been talks recently about extending the Premiership season, which I think a lot of people have said is pretty absurd. Rugby players already have an incredible schedule where their bodies are beaten up for about 9 months a year. And I think this injury for Billy proves that rugby players are already playing too much. For them to be playing more for a longer period would be quite ridiculous. So it's an interesting one. How many other players would be willing to take a pay cut in order to get themselves in better shape? It really is an interesting comment from Billy. So, I mean, what is everyone else's thoughts on this whole situation? Who should replace Billy in the England squad? Should players be playing less? And what do you make of his comments of being willing to take a pay cut? Obviously, let them know in tweet the Sports Talk, comment on Facebook, and most importantly, watch the podcast where we'll be covering other rugby news such as the 2023 World Cup and the Premiership weekend. For now though, that's been my Rugby Roundup video covering Billy Vunipola. Thank you for watching and make sure you download the podcast.